America and the world has been in a crisis well before COVID-19 hit. People are hungry throughout the entire world. People are hungry here in America. They call it food insecurity. The Census Bureau says that 1 in 8 Americans don't have enough to eat. That's shameful in the richest nation in the world. Not only should we feed all of our people, we should feed all the people in the world.
Hungry through restaurants and nonprofits. So we see this as a really smart solution. It's one of many. This is going to require a multi-pronged approach. We're going to have to fund schools. We're going to have to fund food banks. We're going to have to increase SNAP. But this is something that can be done right now, even if we can't get a stimulus bill through next week.
Right, because part of what has been laid bare throughout this crisis is just how many families are this close to the brink. What do you want the lessons of this pandemic then to be?
Food needs to be at the center.
And remember, there are 66 million poor or low wealth white Americans, and about 25 million poor or low wealth African American people. All of us, all people, everywhere, every place, are all human beings, and everyone has a right to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and to have 3 meals a day, a roof over their head, clothes, shoes, healthcare, free healthcare, and peace, and all the essentials of life.
Of the conversation. I think this pandemic has been a wake-up call that our schools not only educate our students and our children, but also feed them, and that our food system is broken. When you have farmers that are plowing under crops and you have lines at food banks that go miles and miles long, you have a disconnect. So we need to make food a priority across all levels of government, and hopefully learn from the lessons from this pandemic and start to change things for the future so we can prioritize. Because again, it's the most vulnerable communities that really are hit the hardest in times of disaster. The food deserts, lower.
Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his final campaign was what? The Poor People's Campaign. And there's a modern Poor People's Campaign with the Reverend William Barber. We can help all people everywhere. We have the ability. The question is the will.
Income communities, and they're most at risk right now. So we need to invest. We need to invest in the food systems and our food security across the country.
Nate, thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the work you do. At the top of the...
Read Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's book, Where to Go From Here, Chaos or Community. That was his final textbook, his book that he wrote. And it's a model for today, too.
Jason Johnson is in for Joshua Johnson with The Week. He'll talk to Congresswoman Maxine Waters. And tomorrow morning, don't miss the premiere of The Sunday Show with Jonathan Capehart. It all starts 10 a.m. Eastern here on MSNBC.